the world will change. Now, as you grow older, there are so many things that have changed, like just so many. Anyway, one of the reasons we have so much change happening right now, it's because of, who do you think is the number one causing these changes? Anyway, everyone, change is constant. When we say change is constant, it means that every single day there are changes that will happen. So it's like a continuous process. Every day we experience change. As you grow old from a very young girl and a young boy, now you are grown up, not truly grown up, but you are in teens. You're in your teenagers. And there are some many changes that have happened. Like for boys, when you grow older, the voice of the boys usually what? What happens to the voice of the boys when they grow up? It becomes more what? Barry. What changes have you encountered when you grew up? Yes, you grow taller. Boys are much more longer than girls, actually, based on science whenever they grow up. And for the girls also, there are also basic changes when the girl grows up. Anyway, aside from yourself, is what I am saying, in the world where we are living right now, there are so many changes that we've experienced. Long ago, there weren't any electricity, no lights, no, just nothing. People are just like going out of the street like just normal people, doesn't wear any clothes. Yes, that was a long ago. Anyway, there are world changes happening right now. One of the reasons why there are changes in the world right now is because of politics. People who rule the country itself is one of the causes of the change in the world. So we have here picture shown. What do you see in picture one? The first picture shows what? Can anyone tell me what can you see in picture one? Yes, but it's an old woman doing an exercise. How about number two? What can you see here? Factory. Yes, it may be a factory, but it is a factory. How about number three? It shows yes, check up, a doctor checking up a patient. Now everybody, look at the photos and discuss the questions. Would you like to agree the living standards are improving all around the world? Think about it. Do you think all of the living standards in the whole world right now are having improvements? Come to think of it. If you think that Vietnam, the cost of living, the living standards here in Vietnam is having improvements, how about the other world? How about other countries? What do you think they have? Improvements? Could I give your thoughts in this one? Do you agree or disagree for this one, Mary?
I agree that the living standards are improving all over the world because, like, just for example, the number of the households in the world that using electricity is become popular around the world, and now we can live without the electricity and overall, as the development, the economy in each country, the living standards, the living standards are going are becoming higher day by day.
Okay, thank you for your opinion, Mary. How about, can I give your opinion on this, Jack? Would you agree or disagree that the living standards are improving all over the world?
I agree with that. I think when the words become more developed and the living standard become improved, because I think that there are more visibility with many things that so that in develop in everywhere.
Thank you for that, Jack and Mary. Now, could I hear anyone who disagree with this opinion? Does anyone disagree with this opinion? Anyone? Linda, do you agree or disagree?
I agree.
Skylar, do you agree or disagree?
Yes, I agree.
Barry, do you agree or disagree? Sandra, do you agree or disagree?
Agree.
Alisa, do you agree or disagree?
I agree.
Okay. Maybe I'm the only one who disagreed with this question. Actually, I do disagree with this one because I think most of you agreed because you were just looking at the development of the country. But we are talking about living standards. Why I disagree with this? There are so many people who are living not in the city of the country which you are referring to, but actually there are so many people who are living outside of the country. These are people who live outskirt. When we say outskirt, people who are living quite near the city. And these people are having the same living standard from before up until now. We do have this saying in the Philippines that rich are becoming richer and poor are becoming poorer. What do you think is that? Rich are becoming richer, poor are becoming poorer. We believe in this saying because there are so many people in the Philippines, especially those who worked as a politician or the government itself, are getting richer every single day because they are corrupt. This is not just happening in the Philippines, but most country does this. I mean, not all, but most. And there are people who are trying every single day to make their lives much more comfortable, much more, the living standards that they wanted, but they cannot because of the government. Every single day, every month, the prices of the things that we need are highly increasing. And how can they afford for that? That's why I do disagree with this one. But it's okay with your opinion because that is your opinion. But for my opinion, I really disagree with this. It's because of there are people who live in slums. You know slums? Yes, slums are places where crowded homes are usually built with so many people, dirty places, and their living standard there is just moderate or less moderate. They are happy to eat thrice a day. Do you eat thrice a day? Do you eat your meal thrice a day? Breakfast, lunch, dinner? Yes. But these people are actually deprived of that. They usually eat once or twice a day only. It's because of their living standard isn't a standard for them. Because of what I'm saying, the poor are getting poorer. Just look outside the city. Do not just settle for that the city itself. Yes, they are more developed, but we are talking about the living standard all over the world. And we need to include these people who live in slums. Does the government do something for them? Does the government help to improve their living standards? That's what I'm talking about. Next one, explain what development means. When you hear the word development, what do you mean by that, Linda?
In the improvement in any aspect of life, like the social, the economic, and technological. And it means that creating a better quality of time and so that people can access to education and better healthcare to have a longer life expectancy.
Exactly. That's a good one, Linda. Thank you for that. When we say development, there is a change in a specific. We have like what Linda mentioned: economic, education, health. What else, Linda? Technologies. That is what you meant by development. There is a change. Okay? In a good way. Next one. Are the following examples of personal social development? Do you think these following are examples of personal? Personal, when we say personal, it's within you, by yourself. But when we say social, it's about with other people, social development. Studying at university, are the following examples of personal development or social development? Studying at university, improving healthcare, reducing carbon emission, improving communication skills. Barry, do you think that these are examples of personal or social development? Social development is, there is a development within you. But when we say social development, it's like with the people, okay, the way you socialize with them. Do you think studying at the university is a personal or social development?
I think it's social development.
Is it a social development? You yourself go to the university, therefore it's a personal development. Improving healthcare, personal or social? Social. Reducing carbon emission, social. Improving communication skills, personal. Exactly. Now, everybody, that's what I'm saying, there are personal development and social development. When we say social development, it refers to the society itself. But when we say personal, it's within you. There is a development within you. I have learned English because I have studied English well. That is a personal development. That's not social, okay? When we say social development, it refers to the society itself. Okay? Do you get that? Okay. Now, how are personal and social different? Okay, I've already said it to you. Now, next one. Which do you think is more important? Personal development or social development? You give me a reason for this. Kyler, which do you think is more important? Personal development or social development?
I think that social development is more important.
Yes. Can you tell me why?
All people in the country can know the technology is they can teach them to everyone, and one person can do that, it cannot do them.
There is improvement in the society. Okay, thank you for that, Kyler. How about you, Sandra? Which do you think is more important? Personal development or social development?
I think social development is more important.
Can you tell me why?
Because in this personal development, we have one person have good change with social development. Many people have good change and it has many positive impact for many people.
Okay, thank you for that thoughts, Sandra. Anyway, everyone, it's up to you. Which one do you think is more important here, whether it's personal development for yourself or the social development of the country? Now, everyone, let's proceed to reading with true, false, and not given with short questions. Now, discuss the questions in number 1 and 2. Number 1, which of these developments have had the most impact of people's life in your country? Industry, agriculture, industry, we refer industry by what? Industry refers to industrial buildings such as factories, like that. And then we also have agriculture. When we say agriculture, it's about planting things such as rice, corn, everything. Involves planting. Next one is technology, science. Now, could anyone tell me which of these has a major development in your country, in people's lives? Linda, which do you think is the most here in your country? Most developed?
In the industry.
Industry. Could you tell me why? Are there so many industrial buildings built all throughout the year?
Yes.
All throughout from the past years as well? Ooh, I can see. That's great. Thank you. How about you, Barry? Which do you think here has the most development in your country? Technology, okay. How about you, Alisa? Which of these has most impact for people's life?
I think the technology.
Yes. Okay. But I think. Okay, never mind. But we're talking about impact on people's lives in your country. Now, Linda answered industry. Linda, what do you think it has a huge impact to people's lives in your country? The industry. Are there so many people who are hired who have been working in specific industries?
It creates more opportunity for job.
Yes. When we see in industry, there are so many opportunities for people for jobs. Okay. Now next one. In what ways have these changes generally positive or negative? Linda's answer was actually positive because she said, but do you think there is a negative way for there is a negative way for that, Linda? Having so much industry in your country.
Just pollution.
Exactly. It provides too much pollution. You already know that Hanoi has been the number one polluted city in Southeast Asia, right? And one of the causes for that is there are so many industries has been built the past few years. That's why it has been tagged as the most polluted city in Southeast Asia. And they're experiencing smog. That is one of the negative impacts of having too much industry. Now, how about what you said, Barry, that technology has been one of the huge impact for people in your society or in your country? What is this impact? Could you give me a positive impact for this?
With industry technology can bring for people the online job.
Mm-hmm.
They can work in home or do something by just a computer.
Exactly, that's one. But do you think having a huge impact in your country is by technology? Do you think it has a negative impact as well?
This disease about eye.
Eye disease, exactly. Because most people are just like working too much and they just watch only the computer and it's too much and it could cause eye disease or what?
The employee lose the job.
Exactly, I do agree with that. There are so many restaurants right now. You know cashier, right? Cashier, a person who takes money in the, take and give you your change. It is a good impact because it could make the country more developed, but the sad thing there, people are losing their jobs. And robots and technology has taken their job. And that is a very sad thing. Because there are times that robot cannot do what a person can. Right? What a person can do. That's a very sad thing there. Now, we have here a very famous fast food chain in the Philippines or restaurant, what we call Jollibee. Do you know that? Jollibee is made from the Philippines. And I really felt sad because they are losing so much employees because they are changing cashiers into robots. You know the queues, the TV, you just take order, and then no cashier. You just pay by card like that. So it's a negative thing, right? Because one of the things that a country may develop is through people who are having jobs or work in the country. So it is very important to give jobs and work to people as well. Now, everybody, topic sentences with supporting details. You already know this, and you'll predict which of these details rest, when it took place, where it began, how people lived before that. This is just you already know this, right? Scan for reading. We have been doing this for so long ago. And predict what you think the answer is. Now everybody, I'd like you to do this activity, the reading, and answers number 1 to 10. I'll give you only 20 minutes. Really carefully, I'll be asking questions right after. Finish.